Assalamu alaikum guys. Charles Oliveira versus Matthias Gamrot is almost here, and this fight will determine the future of Charles Oliveira. Whether Charles' career is officially ended and he has basically lost it, or is Charles still a top dog? Because recently Charles has been taking a lot of L's because in UFC 300 he obviously lost to Arman Sarukian, though it was a pretty decision, pretty close decision, and there were a lot of moments where it seemed like that Charles was about to submit Arman, and after that he fought in UFC 309 against Michael Chandler, and though that was a very dominant performance by Charles, it's Chandler, the guy who got knocked out by Paddy Pimblett in I think 3 rounds. Yeah, and and it went to a decision, 5 round decision. So it was dominant, but it wasn't the Charles. It wasn't expected for Charles Oliveira, right? Like the top dog, like the one of the greatest titles of all time. And then obviously Charles fought Ilia Topuria in UFC 317, which ended in like that was one of the most brutal things I ever saw. It was against Ilya. Let's be clear, right? Even if there were any other guy with his chin up against Ilya Topuria in international fight week, they were gonna knocked out. But still, it was pretty hard to see. Anyways, now he's making a very quick turnaround in October against. He was originally supposed to fight what was his name? Rafael Fiziev, yeah, and that was in my opinion in a perfect match, like a perfect fight. The matchup was insane because Rafael has also been really active. He fought against Justin Gaethje in UFC 313, and ever since that he also fought. And that was in my opinion the perfect matchup. But now, Rafael obviously pulled out, and Matthias Gamrot is here, short notice. Anyways, the thing is, I did not expect Matthias Gamrot to fight him. I was expecting someone like Dan Hooker or even Arman Sarukian maybe. But they obviously are fighting later. But yeah, the thing about Matthias Gamrot is, in my opinion, he is very unpredictable as a lightweight because he obviously had that loss against Dan Hooker, but he made a quick turnaround and he destroyed his latest opponent, which I forgot the name of, unfortunately. Anyways, right now I feel like Matthias Gamrot is the most question mark of an opponent Charles Oliveira can have, especially for this upcoming fight because the fight is taking place in Rio, so and also Charles is the betting favorite and everyone is wanting and expecting Charles to win. But in my opinion, this might just be one of those times where the beloved favorite goes out there and gets smoked. Honestly, because at this point, just think about it, bro. Charles Oliveira, But the thing is, a lot of people are criticizing Charles Oliveira because he is making a quick turnaround, and in my opinion, I disagree with them completely because. Yeah, Charles is making a quick turnaround. Yeah, he just got knocked out by Ilia Topuria. But here's the thing, though, he got knocked out by Ilia, but that was only 1 round. He wasn't injured. As far as the entire body goes, he was only cut in his head. He only spent 3 minutes with Ilya until he got knocked out. Yeah, he got knocked out. He obviously suffered, probably a lot of damage, but still, that was still 1 round. 1 round. You have to understand, and a lot of the thing is another reason why he's taking this fight so quickly is a lot of people after they after they lose in a big fight, for example Oliveira versus Topuria, after they lose in such brutal fashion, when it was expected to be such a very close fight, or even a win for Charles Oliveira, when they lose in that type of situation, they try to get back as soon as possible. They try to regain their aura. But here's the thing, though, that's where they mess up. For example, Volkanovski versus Islam 2, that's a perfect example. Obviously, Volk defended his belt against Jair Rodriguez, a few events before UFC 294, yeah. But here's the thing, though, Volk saved the card, of course, and he came in really short, only 2 weeks notice against Islam Makhachev, who was supposed to be Charles Oliveira, ironically. Anyways, and he got absolutely destroyed, knocked out in the first round, brutal head kick. It was very disturbing to see. Especially, yeah, he saved the card, but at what cost, really? Bro, that, and after that he also got knocked out against Topuria. Volkanovski is great, but the thing I'm saying is that right now I'm just wishing and praying that we don't see something similar to that with Charles Oliveira versus Matthias Gamrot. And to be honest, if Gamrot wins, fair enough. I feel like Gamrot versus someone like Paddy Pimblett, great fight honestly, or Maxwell, also. Anyways, I hope Charles Oliveira submits him, though most likely he will not, in my opinion. That's why it's also, guys. You guys definitely make sure to let me know what you guys think, and inshallah, I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.